The testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. Revelation 19:10. Understanding what it means that the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy brings a light to Scripture that many have never been taught to see. The purpose of this book is to show from Scripture that Jesus is the promised prophet of Deuteronomy 18, that his words are the words of God, and that hearing or rejecting him is the dividing line between life and death, eternal, not merely physical. Jesus is the prophet promised by God, the one appointed to speak the very words of God to mankind. Not merely one prophet among many, but the prophet, the fulfillment of the promise given through Moses, awaited through the centuries, and confirmed by God himself. This is not a minor title. It is a covenant office. When God promised in Deuteronomy, "Unto him ye shall hearken," he was not offering a suggestion. He was establishing the dividing line between life and death. To hear the prophet is life. To refuse him is death. Yet Deuteronomy contains more than the promise of a coming prophet. Before Israel ever entered the land, Moses was commanded to write a song that would stand as a witness through generations yet unborn. Deuteronomy 31:19-21. That song foretold rebellion, scattering among the nations, jealousy provoked by those which are not a people, and the Lord's final act of mercy toward his land and his people. Deuteronomy 32. The prophetic story of Scripture unfolds along the very lines first sung on the plains of Moab. The prophet promised in Deuteronomy does not stand apart from that covenant witness. He speaks it forward. Most readers have never been taught to read Scripture through this lens. As a result, many passages remain fragmented, misunderstood, or diminished in their power. Verses where Jesus insists that his words are not his own, where he declares that his words will judge, where he speaks of being sent and of speaking only what the Father commands, these are often passed over rather than carefully considered. The invitation extended to the reader is simple but profound. Read carefully. Set aside assumptions, follow the thread God himself wove from Moses to Christ, and consider again what it truly means when the Father says, "Hear ye him."